In this tutorial, we are going to learn where in the HTML page you should place your JavaScript files and how to write the first code in JavaScript. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. In this tutorial, we are going to cover three main things that we are going to categorize into the following order. In the first position, we are going to know about the text editor that we are going to choose. In the second phase, we are going to learn about where in the HTML page you should place your JavaScript files. And in the last category, we are going to understand how to write our first code in JavaScript. Now, in choosing the text editor, you can choose any kind of text editor you want. You may use Notepad, you may use Notepad++, or you may use Atom as I am using over here. Now, selecting Atom as my text editor has some certain definite causes, but the most important of it is an open source software. That means we are able to create our project using Atom software and we can commercialize them, so there's no problem with it. And this is the link of Atom. It is given in the description below. Now this is in the second phase that we are going to know about where to place our JavaScript files. Now in this particular case, you may have observed that we have created an index.html. That means this is practically an HTML page. Now inside this HTML page, I can create JavaScript files in two places. The first one is just below this title tag, that means in the header part. And if we have to place our JavaScript files inside this body tag, then the most obvious thing is after a long-term coding of your HTML page, you have to create your JavaScript files just above this closing body tag. So these are the two places where you may put your JavaScript files. The first one is into the head tag and the second one is into the body tag. This is how you will have to create your JavaScript. Now this is the syntax that you can use to create your JavaScript. And another thing that you need to mention over here is the type. You have to write here OK. In this particular occasion, I would like to mention that if you have created a separate JavaScript file, if you have created a JavaScript or JS folder, then all you need to do, you need to name it over here. And we have to provide the folder name as we did in our previous occasion. So this will be your prototype coding. But in this particular case, we are not using any kind of source file. So that is why I will be discarding it off. There's no need of it. Now we have created this script type. This is the primary coding that we need to know. And inside this script file, here comes the third emphasis of this tutorial, and it is how to write our first JavaScript. Inside this one, suppose I'm typing here document.write. Now document.write is a special command or instruction that is provided to write something into your HTML page. Suppose instead of this, I'm just writing here hello cruel world without typing any kind of document.write or this kind of thing. Now if we just get back to our page and reload, we can see that there's no output practically, because your HTML page cannot understand what is written inside this JavaScript syntax, and that is why it is not returning anything as an output of this web page. And that is why it is executing a blank one. But if we now write here, this is the instruction. This particular instruction is saying this HTML page, you have to write something into your HTML page. It is practically sending an instruction to the browser that you have to write this particular string that is being written over here. And after that, all you need to do, you need to create an opening parenthesis and a opening first bracket and a closing first bracket. And another thing, you are practically writing a string here. You are presenting a string. String is practically a collection of words and alphabets And sometimes you can use a numeral. If you use a numeral such as, instead of using these words, if I place here 12, then this 12 number or numeral, it will be practically converted into a string as you have written it inside an inverted comma. And that is why anything that is written within this inverted comma, it will be treated as a string. So this time it is being used as a string. It is not being used as a numeral. We are now writing here hello cruel world, and we are ending this instruction with a semicolon at the end. Now if we press Ctrl S and get back to our project and reload, we can see that this hello cruel world, this string is practically being executed into your web page. Now another thing, suppose I want to create another new line, how beautiful you are. This should be coming as a new line just beneath this hello cruel world text. Writing another string here, for say I am writing it in this way. Now if we press Ctrl S and get back to our project and reload, but we can see that both of them are coming as a single line. Both of them are coming side by side. But this was not our true intention. We wanted the second text, how beautiful you are, that should be coming vertically down. So what to do? That is why all we need to do, we need to create here this one. You know this tag very well. This is a BR tag, that means this is a line break tag, and its operation is to bring anything down and make it into a new line. So the objective of using this empty tag or this line break tag into this part is to bring this thing down into a new line, and we can use any kind of HTML tag inside this particular word. As I have told you previously that all of these things, those will be treated as a string. In this particular case, whenever you are placing any kind of tag inside this particular inverted comma, then it will be interpreted by the machine as a HTML document, HTML tag. Now press Ctrl S and get back to your project and reload, and now you can see that hello cruel world and how beautiful you are, both of them are now maintaining a very separate line. Now in a particular case, one of the most important thing is, if you need to comment out this particular segment, if you do not wish to keep it anymore, then all you can do here, you can use this kind of commenting system. And if you just come back to your project and reload, you can see that all the things are now disappeared. But what happens if we use multiple lines? For say document dot write, and then comes this one, another thing, something is written over here, another thing, something is written over here. All of them are working well, but you do not wish to keep them anymore and you want to comment them out. So what is the only way that you can do? If you wish to comment it out, as we have seen in our previous case, then in every cases all you have to do, you have to maintain this constant thing. But this is not the exact desired thing, so that is why we do not wish to comment our multi-line JavaScript code in this way. The basic thing in that particular case should be just use the common CSS comment out technique. So now if we get back, we reload, we can see that nothing is being executed. And inside this thing, you can write anything you wish. You may write your company name, you may write your own name, you may write why it was built and the exact timestamp of creating this JavaScript code, and then you may start your JavaScripting. So this is the exact purpose of commenting a particular JavaScript, a particular scripting code inside your main HTML page. In case of a singular line, you can use double slash. In case of a multiple line, you may use commenting out technique, as we have seen in case of a CSS file. So hope you guys have liked this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we are going to learn about escape sequence. Subscribe us. If you liked our video, then share us, like us, and comment about us. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.